After helping teams generate millions in revenue worldwide and hundreds of thousands of leads, we've analyzed what works best. We've discovered the single best lead generation strategy to use right now in 2025 and beyond. Because just over the last year, things have changed so dramatically in the lead gen space that the methods that everyone's used to just aren't working anymore. But when you combine the two main components of this new lead gen strategy, you generate qualified leads so fast it feels like cheating. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through this strategy step by step and show you exactly how to use these two components to your advantage so you can generate more leads than you know what to do with. So the first part of this entire lead gen strategy is going to take advantage of LinkedIn. You see, LinkedIn is one of the greatest places to post content for lead gen right now. Pretty much all serious business owners and decision makers are on there, and the audience quality is astronomically higher than something like TikTok or Instagram. But the biggest one by far has to do with a recent change in the LinkedIn algorithm. They've done something that most, if not all, social media platforms are doing, which is copying TikTok, and in more ways than one. First, and most importantly, until just the last few months, your content was only shown to first-degree connections, which meant your organic reach was capped pretty hard. So naturally, it was pretty difficult to do any kind of lead gen, especially if your followers and connections aren't really your ICP, but colleagues and competitors instead. But now, with the introduction of second-degree connections, the content you post on LinkedIn now actually has the potential to go viral and has unlocked a ton of growth for businesses looking to do their lead gen on LinkedIn. This should be the green light you need to start posting on LinkedIn ASAP. Not only that, but over the last few months or so, LinkedIn has slowly been rolling out their new Shorts feature inspired by TikTok, and this has opened up a generational opportunity for businesses to take advantage of. There's a massive gap in market for good content right now, and if you can manage to fill that gap by creating content that is shareable, valuable, and generates leads by showing your expertise, there's no way you can't win. In order to create content on LinkedIn that will actually help you generate leads and attract buyers, there are a few things you can do that we've personally been doing in our own lead gen strategy here at Lemlist. Leveraging AI-powered tools like Taplio for high-impact content creation. AI tools like Taplio, for example, aren't just for automating mundane tasks. They're your co-pilot in crafting scroll-stopping content that attracts your leads. You can use tools like this to generate data-backed ideas tailored to your niche or audience pain points. Write hooks that are scientifically optimized for engagement. For example, a LinkedIn short could start with here's why AI personalization is wrong, or imagine if booking 3 meetings a day was just one step away. Create templates for viral storytelling posts, polls, or even conversational takes that spark conversation and engagement. Schedule your content for weeks ahead with full visibility. Analyze performance metrics to double down on what's working. Master the art of the hook, because the first 2 lines are everything. LinkedIn's algorithm prioritizes content that gets quick engagement, but the first 2-3 lines of your posts determine whether someone clicks see more. Write hooks that provoke curiosity or offer immediate value. Example: most people get follow-ups wrong. Here's why. You're leaving money on the table if you're not using multi-channel campaigns. What if I told you getting 10% positive reply rate is easier than you think? Keep the hook short, punchy, and to the point. People are scrolling fast, so stop them in their tracks. The 3-to-1 rule for awareness versus sales content. The biggest mistake people make on LinkedIn is treating it like a sales pitch platform. Instead, focus on providing value first. So for awareness content, share insights, personal stories, or actionable tips that solves a problem your audience cares about. Then the sales post. Once you've built trust, introduce your offer or case studies in a way that feels organic. Here's an example. We helped Mindly double their reply rates. And here's how. Create a content calendar and stick to it. I know, it sounds corny and generic, but trust me, when I say consistency is the secret weapon for LinkedIn success. A well-structured content calendar helps you plan posts around key themes or events in your industry, maintain a balance for educational, engaging, and sales-driven content, and avoid burnout by batching your content in advance. Pro tip: theme your content days. For example, Monday, quick tips or strategies. Wednesday, poll or community engagement posts. And then Friday, thought leadership or storytelling. The single biggest piece of advice I can give you is to just stay consistent with posting content. I know I already said it in the beginning, but I insist. If you miss one day, don't miss 2 in a row. Every social media algorithm on the planet rewards consistency. And not only does LinkedIn reward that like the others, but when your prospects can scroll back through your posts and see an entire catalog of content from you, that builds trust like no other. So start creating content on LinkedIn, because that's the core of half of this entire lead gen strategy. And there's not really anywhere better to do this. Now picture this. You're creating great content, you're racking up thousands of followers and hundreds of thousands of impressions, and you're consistently growing on LinkedIn. Congratulations. Everything looks great on the content front, but your profile looks like this. That's not going to help you generate leads. In this trust economy, people are going to be checking your profile out before they reach out to you. So it's clear that you need to put a huge focus on your profile if you want to actually generate leads with LinkedIn. So, as an extension of the first part of this LinkedIn strategy, let's look at how you can turn your boring, blank profile into an absolute lead gen machine. Optimize a headline and about section with clear value propositions. Use a professional profile picture and branded banner. Include a strong call to action. Demo a high converting lead magnet. So for example, a checklist, a guide, or a template. If you're stuck on this, all you need to do is look at a few different profiles of people who are clearly doing well on LinkedIn with over 10,000 followers and still what they're doing. Because good artists copy, but add their own touch. Alright, so we've talked about profile setup and content and how much reach you can get purely organically. But if you have a bit of a budget to spend on paid media, you can inject even more exposure into your LinkedIn profile by running ads on LinkedIn. Not the traditional way though. When most people think of ads, spamming direct responses is the only thing that comes to mind. But on platforms like LinkedIn, that just doesn't really work. Because if you run pure lead gen campaigns with direct offers on LinkedIn, you're going to blend in with everyone else who's ever ran LinkedIn ads. Instead, what we're seeing is that if you run ads that don't have any kind of ask or push for any demos or booked calls, but are more like regular pieces of content that position yourself as a thought leader, you have a much higher engagement rate. And people tend to follow you off of these kinds of ads. And this ends up converting way more people compared to a direct ad. So, here's the step-by-step to run a LinkedIn ads campaign. Create your campaign, then define your audience. Select ad format and set your budget and schedule. Then you can upload your creative, review and launch, and eventually monitor and optimize. If you have the budget to run ads on LinkedIn in this way, this can be an extremely effective part of the strategy, but it's not completely necessary. Now, it's time to shift gears and talk about how you can use LinkedIn in tandem with the second key component of the strategy, which is using this new way of cold outreach that nobody talks about. But first, I want to mention a LinkedIn feature that you may have noticed but is actually really powerful to use when paired with outreach, and that is the profile visitors feature. Most people don't even track who visits the profile. They just see it as another thing cluttering up their screen. And because they don't pay attention to that, they don't follow up with people who could be potential leads and clients or buyers. For the people who do understand and pay attention to these things, they know that combining warm leads, aka your profile visitors, with cold outreach can exponentially multiply the opportunities you get, especially once your content is getting traction. So what you can do is track your profile visitors regularly. Check your LinkedIn notifications or use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to get detailed insights into who's viewing your profile. And then identify warm leads from your target audience, decision makers, or individuals in relevant industries. Push the lead list into a Lemlist campaign to automate personalized follow-ups. Create engaging outreach campaigns. Use Lemlist dynamic variables to personalize every message. Example: hi first name, I saw you checked my profile, so I did the same with yours. I thought we should connect. Then follow up smartly. Use Lemlist to automate multi-step campaigns with reminders, ensuring you stay top of mind without being pushy. Adjust your messaging based on the responses or engagement level. Double down with other channels like emails or calls. Add email and phone steps to increase the odds your leads see your message, even if they are not active on LinkedIn every day. This outbound strategy is already very powerful on its own. However, it's only one of several specific cases of what you can do with outreach. Let's see how you can unlock the full outreach strategy using one of the most complete tools on the market, Lemlist. Step 1. Sign up for Lemlist. If you're new to Lemlist, go ahead and create an account at lemlist.com. Buy and warm up some domains. You can directly buy outreach domains in Lemlist and connect them to Lemwarm to build up your reputation and avoid spam filters. Turn on the warm up for 2 to 4 weeks on your emails before starting full-scale outreach, and then you're good to go. Step 2. Build a high-quality lead list. First, define your ideal customer profile. Identify the key criteria you're looking for, like industry, job titles, company size or location. Find leads. Use tools like LinkedIn Sales Navigator to source contacts or do it directly for free with a Lemlist B2B database. Find and verify emails. Using waterfall enrichment with Lemlist, we have 6 email finders and 2 providers in a waterfall sequence. You'll find around 80% of valid emails that way. Other tools like Clay, Better Contact or Full Enrich can help you find the remaining emails. Step 3. Build a multi-step sequence. Set up a campaign in Lemlist. Go to Campaigns and click Create Campaign. Then design the sequence. For instance, on Thursday, you send the initial personalized email. On the 3rd day, you follow up with a template or a case study. And then, to wrap it all up, on day 7, you mention a different problem. After this, you can personalize follow-ups. Lemlist allows you to add variables like previous replies or actions, ensuring follow-ups feel personal and relevant. Step 4. Ensure high deliverability. Like we talked about earlier, you'll need to warm up your additional accounts as you add them if needed to handle higher volume. Set a daily email limit to avoid spam triggers. So for example, 20 to 40 emails per day per account should be your safe sending limits. Avoid using excessive links or caps text an overly promotional language, and instead just focus on providing value and writing conversational emails. And finally, keep your bounce rate below 5% by ensuring leads are verified. Step 5. Monitor and optimize campaigns. You need to start by tracking the key metrics such as open rates, positive replies, and number of calls booked. Then you can A/B test your campaigns. Use analytics. Lemlist provides a dashboard to monitor performance and optimize campaigns in real time so you know what's working and what's not. Step 7. Scale your efforts. Expand your campaigns. Once you refined your messaging, scale to new audiences or regions, depending on what you're selling, of course. If your TAM is broad enough, integrate with LinkedIn and other channels. Combine cold emails with LinkedIn outreach for a multi-channel approach. Use Lemlist to sequence actions across email and LinkedIn for greater visibility. Leverage team collaboration. If you're working with a team, Lemlist allows collaboration on campaigns and analytics. Now finally, I have to mention this. Every piece in this really does work on its own, and you could go and take different pieces of this strategy to use on your own. But the reason I've just presented this to you as one big cohesive strategy is because it is one. Your cold outreach works even better if your LinkedIn strategy is good and you're posting content. When people see your email in the inbox, they wonder, who is this? What company are they from? So they go and look you up, and if your LinkedIn presence is strong, they're going to notice that, and you're going to have a way easier time converting. If your entire strategy is like one big unit, is seamless between different touch points, is completely dialed in, your pipeline is going to be bursting at the seams, and all the leads that you're getting will be nurtured to the max. And throughout this video, I've given you the only lead gen strategy you need. But in this video, we didn't talk much about the sales side of things. And there were a lot of AI tools I didn't mention here that are absolutely revolutionizing both lead gen and sales together. So click over here to check out the next video where we show you the new techniques to book hundreds of meetings using AI. You can get ahead of the curve and grow and scale your company through sales-led growth. I'll see you over there.